What's good, everybody? Welcome to my sports edition of What's Up with Will. Obviously, I'm Will. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for listening, watching, however you're getting this podcast. Give me a like, comment, subscribe, whatever the case may be. I really appreciate all the engagement that you're giving me. I really, truly do. So, for my first topic, let's go ahead and go right into it. Let's go straight into it. Shout out to the 2021 Bucks for winning their first title since 1971. What a great team, you know? What a great team they had. They capitalized on injuries from others and they came out victorious. Now, just like every other season with injuries, you know, it's never always the best team, especially on paper, wins the championship. You know, you got to manage injuries, you got to manage a bunch of egos and all that stuff. And shout out to the Bucks, they did it. Just like last episode, I told y'all after game 2 of the finals, the winner of this series is going to win the rest of these games in a row. So it's going to be either a sweep by the Suns to win games 3 and 4, or the Bucks are going to sweep 3, 4, 5, and 6. And what I tell you, they swept 3, 4, 5, and 6. So if y'all need any lottery ticket numbers or anything like that, just hit me up. I got you. No problem. And Giannis being the MVP was well deserved for that 50-point performance. Oh yeah, he went in. What more can you say? 50-point performance in the last game. He put the team on his back and they won the title. Dennis Schröder. So Anyway, he signed a 1-year contract for basically $6 million when the Lakers offered him a 4-year, $84 million contract last year. Anyway, so let me just get right into this. His wife had this to say about the whole situation. So obviously people may think that this was not a smart idea by him, but she said, "I'm so proud of my husband that he made this decision to stay true to himself and fight for his goals. I know not everyone understands this. They would choose money before anything else, but let me tell you, show some love, be patient, and watch what will happen next." Now in this situation, yeah, I would have chosen the 4 years, $84 million over the 1 year, $6 million basically. So 4 years, $84 million, that's $21 million a year for 4 years. So automatically 21 is better than 6. So number 2, he was playing with LeBron. They're trying to win a chip. Honestly, the Celtics, they have a good team, but they could never get over the hump. And in the East, they got to get past Milwaukee. They got to get past Brooklyn. I don't see them doing that. So what is this really about? I don't think, it's been reports that he didn't really like playing with LeBron. He wanted to be on a standalone, and that's okay. Don't get me wrong, that is okay. But this money right here, I don't know if you could have turned that down. The worst case scenario, first of all, shout out to his wife. Stand by your man. It's a good way to spin it in y'all's favor, but publicly, there's no denying he took an L here. You just can't. Shout out to his wife, though. You want a wife like that? Anybody would. Anybody would want a partner that would stand by by themselves like that. But if the worst case scenario is he would have earned at least $21 million this coming up year, and if he didn't play, no matter what the guarantees were, whatever the case may be, if he didn't play up to the standards, they would either trade him or they would cut him. So for this year, making $21 million would have been it. Period. And if he played okay, you know, he'll make $84 million in 4 years. And if he plays just okay and doesn't play a single more dribble in the NBA, he would have made $84 million in 4 years. So now he only has 1 year, $6 million. So no matter how he plays, he could have played that way on the $84 million contract and he would have been okay either way. But this man just lost, 6, 12, 18. This man lost $15 million this year. You can spin it however you want to. That is an L. That is an L. Now, since all that happened with Dennis Schröder, that freed up a little cap space for them to make a trade with my Wizards to get Russell Westbrook. Now, they were supposed to get Buddy Hield from the Kings, which would have been, a 100% better fit on paper. But in this league, in order to win, you need superstars, and they'll figure it out. They're not the best fit. Russ, AD, and LeBron and all them, they're not the best fit together, but they'll figure it out. You need superstars to win. And as much as I loved Russell Westbrook and wanted him to stay, I'm happy with the trade. I think we both won. I don't think that we're going to be contending for another maybe 2 or 3 years, so this is our time to rebuild, I guess. But I kind of like the pairing of Beal and Kuzma. Kuzma calling them the Capital Boys already in low-key. I'm here for it. I think it's kind of dope. I think I'll be at a few games this year. I definitely want to make more than a few games this year. So let's go ahead, let's see what we got. I don't think Kuzma's a bad player. I don't think KCP's a bad player. And I don't think Montrezl Harrell's a bad player. And I like what we did in the draft. So yeah, let's see what the Capital Boys do. Let's go ahead and see. All right, so Wednesday, August 18th, Draymond Green had an interview with Kevin Durant on his podcast Chips on Bleacher Report. And basically, if follow the sport of basketball, they had an argument their last year together. And basically, Draymond called KD a bitch. And, a lot of people were led to believe that this was basically the final straw, that Kevin Durant didn't want to play in Golden State anymore and he went to the Brooklyn Nets. So Kevin Durant says that that wasn't the case. It was matter of fact, I'm gonna just read the quotes. Kevin Durant said it wasn't the argument, it was the way everybody, Steve Kerr and everybody like higher up management, pretended that it didn't happen. Bob Myers then tried to discipline you like put a mask over everything. We had to get that shit out. And Draymond said, I told him right then and there, y'all about to fuck this up. The only person that can make this right is me and KD. And in my opinion, they fucked it up. In my opinion, they definitely did fuck it up. Listen, if I have a problem with you, I'm gonna address you about the problem. If you have a problem with me, I would expect that you address me about it. I'm not going to tell Bob, I'm not going to tell Steve, I'm not going to tell Linda, I'm not going to tell any of them people. I'm going to tell you. Because Bob's going to tell me what to say. Steve's going to tell me what to say. Linda's going to tell me what to say. No. No, that's not how apologies and stuff work. Hey, I'm sorry about so-and-so, whatever happened. I didn't mean to do it. I'm sorry it came out that way. It wasn't my intention. Or it was just the heat of the moment, whatever the case may be. Acknowledge your wrongs. It's okay. I'll do that on my time. I'm not going to do it on Bob's time, Steve's time, Linda's time. I'm going to do it on my time. Because I don't want to approach this type of situation and I'm still angry, But I see where they're coming from. A lot of sports reporters didn't see that, but I see where they were coming from. And hey, you got to do what you got to do. You hate to see it though. Alright, so LaMelo Ball basically has been very upfront with this notion that you really don't need school. Yeah, it's kind of a weird subject to touch on, but hear him out for a second. If you are going to be a top pick in the NBA, if you are definitely going to make money from playing professional basketball coming out of high school, there are 3 options now. There is the overtime league. There is 4 options rather to make money straight out of high school, even sometimes in high school professional basketball. There's the overtime league. There's the G League. There is playing overseas, and there's going to college. Now you can make money all 4 ways now with college doing the NIL thing. I'm gonna get into that in a little bit, but first one is the overtime league. You can basically just like the G League, both of them are kind of the same, where it's just like a league for players that can make, I think, a base $100,000 or something like that, $1 million, something like that. And they'll basically, it's just like a league that you can go to and play basketball for money. Playing overseas, obviously that LaMelo Ball took that route during high school, and that's not, obviously, a lot of people just can't send their kids to Lithuania or something, but it's an option. And number 4 now is, the NIL in basketball, in college basketball. So basically, instead of the school making money off of your jerseys and bobbleheads and all that stuff, now the player is going to make money. So obviously that's lesser tier money, but in some cases it's not. Because if you were a person like LaMelo Ball, and let's say he went to a school like Duke. Oh, LaMelo Ball selling more than $100,000 or $1 million worth of stuff. Let's get that out the way. But if you're like a top 10 recruit and you're not really that marketable yet, or you're not out there like that, yeah, go to the G League, go to overtime, do whatever the case may be. But these kids, the bottom line is, these kids aren't going for school. These kids are not going for a college education. The people that have went to school just wanted to do that one and done, get out of there, go to the league. 1 year in school and then go to the league, because that's what you had to do. But now there's options to make money now. And the kids that were doing the one and dones, they're not worried about coming back to school and finishing that degree. Because the point of a degree is to make money in the future with a job. If you're making money right now, what do you need a degree for? You can go back and, learn some new stuff. You can learn anything on the internet now. Just, search up a PowerPoint for psychology or something, and you're getting the actual college course, psychology PowerPoints. I mean, that's just one thing. You can obviously pay for more stuff, but whatever the case may be, it's crazy. And I agree with LaMelo Ball in this situation for saying that we don't need school. And the people that are in his situation, they don't need school. They don't. All right, let's get into the NFL. Why not? Of course, the NFL is the best sport in the world. It really is. But anyway, so there was a bunch of preseason eye-openers with quarterbacks in their battles. So I don't know why, but the Jaguars were saying Trevor Lawrence and Gardner Minshew were in a quarterback battle. When you pick somebody number 1 overall, you're not in a quarterback battle. Let's get that out the way. And they said yesterday that he was starting. So we knew that all along. Come on, Urban Meyer. You're better than that. The Jaguars aren't, but you're better than that. Zach Wilson has been lighting it up. Okay, I can't cap. This is preseason, yes. I'm not going to go too crazy, but Zach Wilson has been playing way better than I thought he would. I shitted on the Jets saying they should have taken Justin Fields. But hey, I think Zach Wilson will be okay. I still think Justin Fields is better than Zach Wilson, but I think that the Jets and their organization will be okay. Whether he takes that next step from okay to great, I don't know, but I think they'll be fine. Literally, breaking news a couple minutes ago. Jameis Winston was just named the starter over Taysom Hill. Now, I'm a Ravens fan, and we played the Saints the first preseason week. Now, let me just say this. Jameis Winston looked like the better quarterback in totality, playing against us. But Taysom Hill, at first, I sat up in my chair. I really did. I'm like, hold on. I didn't expect him to make some of those throws that he was making at first. He was kind of carving us up a little bit. But it was the first preseason game. Everything, first drive, all that stuff. Marcus Peters got beat a little bit. It's okay. He's a cluer, as they say. He takes clues, and he's basically the guy that just plays on instinct. That's okay. But after that first or second drive, we started to be like, okay, you ain't making these throws no more. And then he came back to normal. So I was like, all right. But I knew Jameis Winston was going to start, anyway, because Jameis Winston is a quarterback. Taysom Hill's not a quarterback. He's a Swiss Army knife. He can play quarterback, but he's not better at the quarterback position than Jameis Winston. Jimmy G and Trey Lance. Now, I think I may be one of the only people here to say this, but I really think that them starting, quote unquote, Jimmy G is a good decision. I think Trey Lance is better. I think they can win more games with him right now. I think all of that stuff. But you need to put Jimmy G on the field. Trey Lance has not played football in over a year besides preseason. And Trey Lance came from North Dakota State. I know it's not everything, but who you play in college does matter. It does. Okay? Let Jimmy G, let Trey Lance see how Jimmy G prepares for a few weeks. Maybe by week 4, put Trey Lance in, but let him see how things go. The preparation, the practice, the actual game day. Just let him see that first. And then put him in. That's how I feel. Joe Flacco and Jalen Hurts. Now, I really don't understand this one. I don't. Like I said, I'm a Ravens fan. Well, I don't know why they didn't just commit to Jalen Hurts. I don't. Joe Flacco ain't it. He'll give you a few good games here or there, but he'll give you some bad ones. And each time, each step of the way, he's going to be even keeled. He has a great game. Okay, that's cool. He has a bad game. Oh, okay, that's cool. He has a game where he should have played better and he made some mistakes. Oh, okay, that's cool. That's Joe Flacco. You don't want the head of the franchise being like that. You don't. You really don't. Well, hey, yeah, we just got to get better. No, that gets tiring. I heard that for 3, 4, or 5 years after he won us a Super Bowl. No. Like, talk about having the life sucked out of you. Dude. Have some passion, something. And Jalen Hurts is the better quarterback right now. He just is. And them trying to get Deshaun Watson in the middle of the offseason, I'm like, what is Philly doing? Come on, Philly. Y'all are better than that. Y'all are. Y'all can really be a good team. You really can. I believe y'all have the pieces to be an actual decent team and challenge in the NFC East. Mac Jones and Cam Newton. Now, man, start Cam Newton. With all this COVID stuff going on and the misunderstandings and all that, start Cam Newton. Start him. This is how this should go for Bill Belichick. Start Cam Newton. Trade him while he's playing well to a contender, a team that he wants to play for. Put Mac Jones in there. Cam Newton has earned the right to choose where he wants to go and play. If he wants to stay here, stay in New England, hey, stay there. But if he wants to go, let him go. Y'all drafted Mac Jones for a reason. Mac Jones is not the quarterback that I would have picked, but I see why Bill Belichick picked him. He's not going to wow you with athleticism. He's not going to wow you with arm strength, but he's a good game manager that can develop into someone that won't lose the game for you. That's Bill Belichick's big thing. And I'm not mad at that. Justin Fields and Andy Dalton. Matt Nagy, what are you doing? What are you doing? You clearly see Justin Fields lighting it up in preseason. You know the players play different with him on the field. The players are like gravitating towards this man. Andy Dalton, yeah, he said this is my time. Your time was in Cincinnati. Your time is done. You didn't do it in Cincinnati. What? He's like 10, 11 years in. Your time is past. It's been up. What do you mean this is your time now? You had plenty of time to show why you were good. You didn't. You were decent. You were pretty good. Made a few Pro Bowls, but your team has never won a playoff game. That's it. I mean, they traded up to get Justin Fields. They know he's going to start sooner or later. Why not just do it now? It's my 2 cents. All right, here comes my series, AFC West and NFC West. Let's go ahead and start with the NFC West. The San Francisco 49ers, they had a great offseason, as you can see with the quarterbacks. Trey Lance obviously is not starting right now, but he needs to be. Mostert is back. They're going to get him. That's a big addition. Deebo Samuel and Brandon Ayuk, 2 underrated receivers, by the way. I like both of them. So I think they're going to do some big things this year. Obviously, George Kittle is, top 1, top 2 tight end. I put him at number 1, but, top 2 tight end. They got a great O-line. Got a good defense. They got a lot of question marks, being hurt as far as question marks, but if they can put it together, they'll have a pretty good defense. So I got them going, let's see, I'll probably say 10-7, 11-6. I think they're going to be a really good team this year. And like I said, it doesn't matter. Jimmy G, he wins games. You can't take that away from him. Jimmy G, turnover prone, injury prone, whatever the case may be, whenever he's on the field, he's usually winning the game. And Trey Lance, I think he's a better quarterback than Jimmy G. So you're gonna win some games, whatever situation you're in. So I think they'll be, 11-6, 10-7. The Arizona Cardinals. The Cardinals are a strange team to me. They're a strange team to me because they have so much talent. They should have made the playoffs last year, but they didn't. And I can't really point to the reason why. When you have the best receiver in football, yes, I said it, the best receiver in football in DeAndre Hopkins, you got a star quarterback like Kyler Murray, then you got AJ Green on the other side now, and Christian Kirk in the slot, Andy Isabella and Rondale Moore, both speed guys. You should be blowing people all out the water this year, offensively. And they got the defense, J.J. Watt, Chandler Jones. Hassan Reddick got out of there. Chandler Jones and J.J. Watt on the edge of the defense. And then they got the guys Zaven Collins and Isaiah Simmons from Clemson last year. Byron Murphy and Malcolm Butler as the cornerback spots. And then Jalen Thompson and Budda Baker's safety. That is a great defense. They should be 13-4 this year. They should be that good. But I don't know. I guess Cliff Kingsbury ain't it. Cliff Kingsbury got to show me something. Come on, man. The Seattle Seahawks. They should be 13-4 too. This division's going to be tough, man. This is the toughest division in football, the NFC West. Russell Wilson is always going to be in it. Come on. It's Russell Wilson. Chris Carson, DK Metcalf, Tyler Lockett, the playmakers. And they got a wide receiver, Freddie Swain, now instead of David Moore. Let's see how he does. That's the third, receiving threat. But they got Gerald Everett and then Will Dissly at tight end. Both of those guys are pretty good tight ends, so they'll shore up the edge of the defense, the edge of the offense, when they're blocking, and then they're viable passing threats too. So I like what they have on offense. Besides everything besides the O-line, they need a way better O-line. That's why Russell Wilson wanted that trade in the offseason. But anyway, the defense is going to be, a great defense, of course. Seattle's defense. I want to see Jordan Brooks take that next step this year. He got picked right before Patrick Queen from my Ravens, and I was hoping that they wouldn't get Patrick Queen, but they picked Jordan Brooks. I like Jordan Brooks, but he needs to take a next step this year. I want to see that happen for him. So I think they'll go, 13-4, and it will be. This is going to be something to see. I really want to see who's going to win this division. I can't even pick it. I really don't know, because I got the Rams too. I got them going 13-4 too, 12-6, 12-5. So it's a tough division. It's a real tough division. The Rams, they got Stafford, probably one of the top 5 moves of any team this offseason. I think Matthew Stafford is severely underrated. Matthew Stafford's a good quarterback. Trust me. He is a good quarterback. And for the Rams, oh yeah, he's going to put up some numbers. He's going to put up some numbers in this offense. Trust me. And they have arguably the best defense in the league. On top of this high-powered offense with Robert Woods, Cooper Kupp, Tyler Higbee, and a great O-line. I mean, this is going to be a real tough division. Real tough. Let's go to the AFC West. The Kansas City Chiefs, man, 15-2. Just Patrick Mahomes, 15-2 at the least. Like, really. Patrick Mahomes is probably going to win MVP. Tyreek Hill, Mecole Hardman, Demarcus Robinson, Travis Kelce, and all those guys. And then they retooled their offensive line to be from one of the worst last year to one of the best, top 3, top 5 this year. Their defense is going to be, average to above average. But when you have Patrick Mahomes, that's all you need. Frank Clark, I don't think he's playing this year. He's into some legal trouble, so that they're going to take a hit on that. That's why I said above average defense. But yeah, they got a good secondary. They got a pretty decent secondary. I like what they got in the secondary. And of course, Chris Jones is going to be Chris Jones, and Derek Nottie, Jordan Reed. They got a good defense. I'll bump it up to good. They got a good defense. So they're going 15-2 at the very least, barring injuries. And they're going to win this division, of course. And in second place, I think it's going to be the Chargers. Don't sleep on the Chargers this year. Justin Herbert, I think he's going to make that next step to be in the MVP conversation. He won't win it, but I think he'll be in the conversation this year. Justin Herbert is that dude. Let's get that out the way. Austin Eckler's coming back. Keenan Allen, the top 5 receiver in the league. Mike Williams, a good jump ball receiver. This guy, Donald Parham. Listen, Justin Herbert, give him the ball. This man is 6'9". Okay? Red zone threat. Get Donald Parham the ball. A great athlete. Just get him the ball. Throw it up in the end zone. He'll win those 2-on-1 balls every time. He's 6'9". That's crazy to me. And they got a good offensive line. They got the guy Slater from Northwestern in the draft this year. Shout out to him. The base 3-4 defense. The base 3-4 defense. They got a good defense. Joey Bosa, Linval Joseph, Kenneth Murray, second year, I believe third year guy out of Oklahoma. Really good linebacker. Great secondary. Derwin James leading the charge. Listen, I got them going maybe, I'm going to say 10-7, 11-6. I think they're going to have a good record, and I think they'll get in the wild card conversation. That's how high I think of this team. The Chargers are something special. They're going to be a contender. They're going to be a contender for years to come, but nobody's talking about them. And then in the middle of the pack, the Vegas Raiders. I mean, Derek Carr is a great quarterback, but he's not going to put you over the top. Josh Jacobs is a great running back. I like Josh Jacobs. Henry Ruggs is arguably one of the fastest guys in the NFL, so, you have to respect his speed. Brian Edwards and Hunter Renfrow, they're good, decent receivers. Darren Waller used to be a Raven. Shout out to Waller for staying 4 years sober. The other day I saw him post about it. Shout out to Darren Waller. Great tight end, by the way. They have an above average offensive line. The defense has room to be desired. I like John Abraham. I like Trevon Morgan. I wish we would have got him in the draft, but we got his other guy, Washington from TCU. So for what it's worth, that's something. They have a decent defense. It's not nothing to be excited about, honestly, but it's a pretty good defense. It's a decent defense. So I got them going 8-9 at best. I don't think they're going to be above 500. So they'll be around middle of the pack, like I said. And then last but not least, the Denver Broncos. I don't know what the Denver Broncos are doing, honestly. They needed to get a top flight quarterback in order to compete. So I think they're gonna go maybe 7-10 at best with Teddy Bridgewater starting, and Melvin Gordon and Javonte Williams. I think they're gonna be a nice 1-2 punch. Cortland Sutton is a great receiver. They're gonna get him back. Jerry Jeudy is a great receiver. Don't get me. I love Jerry Jeudy. His route running is impeccable. He's the younger version of Davante Adams, and Davante Adams is the second best receiver in this league. So, he can grow to that. I believe he can. His footwork is amazing. They got a pretty good offensive line, and obviously the defense is spectacular. So they'll be 7-10 around that. Until they can get a quarterback, they're not going to be contenders. I'm sorry. It is what it is with the Broncos. I think I'm going to start a fantasy league too. I'm going to check with my guys and see what they want to do with the fantasy football league. But before we go today, I want to give y'all the Hot or Not Jersey edition. Alternates only. Send me some jerseys. I'll put them in the Hot or Not list. So, these cotton candy ones from the Miami Heat, these are definitely hot. These are the best alternate jerseys in the NBA, off the top of my head right now. I really love these jerseys. People hate them. I see a lot of hate for these jerseys, but I don't know why. I really like these jerseys. The all gray from the Chargers, these are so dope. Definitely hot. I really like these jerseys. I didn't think that they had it in them, honestly. That powder blue though, you cannot go wrong with that powder blue for the Chargers, especially with the yellow in it. That's a top tier alternate jersey. But these gray ones, for sure, definitely some pressure. And the all black jerseys from the Ravens, I got to put my guys in here. Definitely hot. It's not even a biased thing. These all black jerseys are one of the best in the NFL. I just like the black and the purple and a little bit of gold in it. Like you can't tell me that doesn't look like some pressure. You can't tell me it doesn't. You really can't. I'm not gonna let you say it. These Milwaukee jerseys, absolutely trash, horrific. Not. Why would they do this? I like the Cream City ones better than these. I mean, I saw them wear these a couple times. It's like, ugh, what are you doing? These Blue Kings jerseys are definitely not it. The baby blue Kings look good, but these Kings do not. Absolutely not. I can't get down with these. I'm sorry. The Oregon jerseys from Portland, the brown ones with those red and orange stripes on the side and blue. These are some pressure. These are definitely hot. I need to get this jersey right here because I really want Damian Lillard to stay. I really do, but I don't think he is after next year, unfortunately. But I need to get that alternate jersey from him. These are so dope. I really like the colorway. I'm not really a big fan of the colors, but they work here. They really do. I really like these alternate jerseys from him. Shout out to Damian Lillard. These old Giants jerseys, alternate jerseys, the all white with the Giants on the side of the helmet. These are not it for me. I don't like any of the Giants jerseys, honestly. They're too plain to me. And if you have a plain jersey, you better be good, like Alabama or something. And the Giants, they don't do it. So like I said, if you're gonna have a plain jersey like that, you need to be bomb. Alabama, Penn State, just these ain't it. I'm sorry. The all powder blue from the Carolina Panthers. So like I said, with the Chargers, these are definitely hot too. Their all black is hot too. But these powder blue ones from the Panthers with the gray and the black and listen, these are it right here. These need to be their main jerseys, honestly. But yeah, these are definitely hot. And now, the creamsicle jerseys from the Bucks, top tier. Definitely hot. Top tier hot. My dad used to love these jerseys. He used to love the Buccaneers when he was alive. Rest in peace, Dad. I love you. But these right here, these are definitely hot. It's crazy because these jerseys look so good, but they did not win a lot of games in these jerseys. So I guess they just tossed them, whatever the case may be. But yeah, definitely a hot alternate jersey. And now the jerseys from the Suns, the Valley. At first, I really liked these, but they started wearing them too much, and then whenever you get too much of something, it just don't do it for you anymore. So they're not for me now. I'm sorry, I don't like them anymore. Like I said, I did at first, but it just got too much. They started wearing them like a real jersey. And when you have a good alternate jersey, you gotta just bring it out in spurts, like in big games and stuff. Not basically having it your home jersey now. So this wasn't it for me. I'm sorry.